What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be continuing on with the prequel season concept series by covering my favourite of the prequel movies, which is of course Revenge of the Sith. Obviously there are so many different things from this movie that could be awesome to see in the game, so rather than going into too much detail on each thing, I'm going to skim through them a little quicker than normal just so the video doesn't go for too long. Now, if you haven't seen the Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones concept videos, then there will be a link on screen at the end of this video, so make sure to go and check those ones out as well. Just like I mentioned in those videos, all these ideas are purely my own concepts and speculations. None of this has been announced or rumoured or anything like that, so I just thought I'd reiterate that just so that no one gets the wrong idea. Now, getting stuck straight into it, just like in the first two videos, I am going to start off with some of the maps that we could see get added from the movie. The first map I'd love to see is literally from the opening scenes of the movie, and this would actually be the Battle of Coruscant Starfighter map, which I think would absolutely be loved by all of you Starfighter players out there. There is actually already a mod of this on the PC, however it's definitely not to the same scale as we see in the movies, plus obviously PS4 and Xbox One are unable to use mods, so this is definitely a map that would need to be added to the game if we were to do a Revenge of the Sith season. The next map I'd really love to see, which could be used for both infantry and starfighter modes, would be Cato Nemoidia, which is only really seen for a very short period in the movie, in the scene where Plo Koon gets assassinated during Order 66. This planet is known for its large bridge-like cities that almost hang from the sky, as you can see in these screenshots here, which could be used for Galactic Assault and the smaller game modes too, as well as an atmospheric map for Starfighter Assault, which would be definitely pretty cool to see as well. Another map from episode 3 that I'd really love to see them add to the game is Felucia, which again is only actually seen at the end of the movie in the Order 66 sequence, although it is visited multiple times throughout the Clone Wars series as well. This planet is an alien jungle-like planet, which I think would be pretty cool to play in Galactic Assault, and even though we barely see it in the movie, I definitely couldn't leave this one out of the video. Another map that I'd really love to see added would be Utapau, which I think is a pretty popular opinion among all of us Battlefront 2 fans, although it would probably be pretty hard to make, seeing as it is a very weirdly laid out planet. As we see in the movies, these massive holes in the ground is where the cities of the planet reside, and it definitely would be pretty cool to see this become a Galactic Assault map. However, as I mentioned, it could become a pretty hard task, seeing as it's nowhere near as linear as the rest of the maps in the game. Now, the last map that I'm going to mention from episode 3 is another fan favourite, and that would be Mustafar, where Anakin and Obi-Wan had their duel at the end of the movie. Whether it'd be possible to make this a Galactic Assault map, I'm not too sure, as it's obviously covered in lava, but there is definitely enough small areas spread throughout the planet that they could add a smaller map for the HVV modes, which I think would be pretty cool to see. Now, moving on to some characters that they could add from the Revenge of the Sith, and in terms of dark side heroes, there really aren't that many that I can think of other than obviously General Grievous. However, we are getting him this month, so I can't really put him in the video. In terms of the light side characters though, there are a fair few that I'd love to see added to the game. Some of these are a bit more prominent in the Clone Wars TV series, however they also do show up in episode 3 as well, so I will mention a few of the characters that come to mind. The first one I'd love to see would be Aayla Secura, who we see get assassinated towards the end of the movie by her own clone troopers, the 327th Corps, who are currently in the game as their own separate skins. She does play a bigger part in the Clone Wars than what we see in Revenge of the Sith, and she's definitely a fan favourite, so it would be pretty cool to see her added to the game. Another hero that could be added from the movie would be Commander Cody, who most of you would already know to be the commander of the 212th Battalion and the clone who eventually turned on Obi-Wan during Order 66. Cody is another huge fan favourite from both Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars series, and whether he was added as a hero or a reinforcement, I definitely would not mind. As long as he was added to the game, I'd definitely be a very happy man. Now, moving on to some of the possible reinforcements from episode 3, and the first one that definitely comes to mind are the Magna Guards that were known as the bodyguards for General Grievous. These guys would be really cool to see. They're definitely up there with some of the most powerful droids in all of Star Wars, and the fact that they're able to go toe to toe with a Jedi would call for some very interesting gameplay in Battlefront 2. Now, moving on to some of the vehicles that could be added from Revenge of the Sith, and the first two that come to mind for me are both specific to Kashyyyk. However, there'd probably be no harm in having them on all the Clone Wars maps, as it would be a bit of a much needed variety. The first one is the snail droid that's used by the Separatists during the invasion of Kashyyyk, and these are actually already in the game. However, they're actually unplayable for some reason. I'm assuming because the devs planned to have them in the game but then decided last minute not to do so. These would be really cool to play as on Kashyyyk, and even if they replace the AAT with these bad boys, it would definitely help a lot with the immersion and add a lot more variety to the map. The next vehicle that I'd really love to see as well is the All-Terrain Attack Pod, or also known as the AT-AP, and these things are used by the clones during the invasion of Kashyyyk as well. They're almost like a smaller version of the ATTE that we're getting with Geonosis, and these would be definitely pretty cool to see stomping around on the beaches of Kashyyyk as well, so I would love to see these added to the game. Now, as for some skins for characters already in the game, the one skin that I'd really love to see would be an Anakin skin, but once he's actually turned to the dark side and become Darth Vader. There's obviously a few scenes towards the end of the movie where he has already turned to the dark side, yet he isn't in the notorious Darth Vader suit yet, so it would be pretty cool skin to see added to the game, most likely for Darth Vader, seeing as he is on the dark side at this point. This could be pretty hard to do though, as his movement would be completely different to how it is as Vader currently, seeing as he doesn't have to lug around the massive suit, so I'm not too sure how it would work, but it's definitely one that I'd love to see added to the game if they were going to do a season for Revenge of the Sith. And if they were to add it, then I definitely think it would be a legendary skin, seeing as all of the voice lines would be changed as well. The next two skins are both for Palpatine, and these are probably two of my most wanted skins in all of Star Wars. The first one is the outfit that he wears when Windu and the Jedi confront him towards the end of the movie, which would be cool to see since he hasn't had his face been deformed yet, which would change all of his voice lines as well, making it another legendary skin. Now, the last skin that I'm going to mention is very similar to his current skin, and this is the red robe skin that we see him wear after he faces Windu and the other Jedi. This is really only a colour change and some extra patterns, so it probably wouldn't be a legendary skin, so it'd most likely be an epic level skin costing 40,000 credits. So anyway, that is going to be it for the Revenge of the Sith season concept, guys. Like I mentioned in the last video, I am looking at doing a bit more stuff like this, so if you guys do enjoy these kinds of videos, then make sure to leave a like to help support the channel. As this is a little different to the usual guide videos on the channel, definitely feel free to let me know what you guys think of the video down in the comments section. And if you do have any ideas for maps or skins or anything like that, then feel free to let everyone know as well. If you are new to the channel, then feel free to subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 content. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.